oh, well, if you fought Usyk, what would you do? I would say, well, I would throw a good uppercut because he's susceptible to uppercuts, and I throw a mean uppercut.
Lennox Lewis reveals Usyk's biggest weakness just a week before his fight against Tyson Fury. On the other hand, Eddie Hearn expressed his support for Tyson Fury, citing his British roots and personal admiration for him, having spent time with Fury and his team, including Spencer. He'd love to see Fury win, as it would set up a massive fight with Anthony Joshua. However, Hearn admitted that while Fury could win, it's hard to confidently back him against Alexander Usyk, acknowledging Usyk's immense skill.
I want Fury to win because, one, he's British. Two, I actually like him. I hung around with them guys a little bit. Spencer, fond of him and the team, and I'd love to see him do it. And of course, if he beats him, the Tyson Fury fight becomes huge with AJ. I just can't see how anyone could confidently pick Fury to win this fight. Can he do it? Yes, but you can't back against Usyk.
Liam Smith said he picks Tyson Fury to win, but he's not sure about the rounds. He mentioned that his opinion might change in the week leading up to the fight, depending on what he sees from both fighters. He also said he's not just agreeing with anyone or trying to please anyone. He's curious to see how the last fight affects both Fury and Usyk.
I picked Fury first time round. I really don't know, honestly. My opinion might change fight week when I see a little bit more of them. But at this minute in time, no, I can't even. I don't honestly. I've never been like that either. I'm not being an ass kisser sitting on the fence either. I really don't know what pick. I don't be interested to see how much the last fight took out of both of them. Yeah, it's a good one.
Duke McKenzie said in heavyweight boxing, one punch can change everything. He thinks Fury could win if he lands a big punch and knocks Usyk out, but it is very unlikely. McKenzie said Usyk has never been hurt badly, except for a low blow, when Fury hurt him before Usyk covered it up well. McKenzie believes Usyk is too smart and would learn from any mistakes.
Oh, listen, this is heavyweight boxing. As I was once told, you're one punch from disaster, one punch from victory. But that only really applies to heavyweights, and I'll apply it in this particular fight. Of course Fury could win the fight. He could find he throws a haymaker and knocks Usyk out, but it's highly unlikely. Very highly unlikely. Usyk doesn't go down unless it's a low blow. I've never seen anybody have him rocked and really hurt. And the one time Tyson Fury did have him hurt, the true professional that Usyk is, he managed to disguise it and cover it up so that Fury couldn't maintain the onslaught. Do you see what I mean? He's too smart for that.
However, Lennox Lewis was asked how he would fight Alexander Usyk, and he replied that he would focus on throwing a good uppercut. He explained that Usyk is susceptible to uppercuts, and since he has a strong uppercut himself, he would use that as a key part of his strategy. Lewis emphasized that this would be the main way he would approach the fight, making uppercuts Usyk's biggest weakness.
Well, the fact that it is his first loss, and he's an up and down fighter, he knows how to come back and he knows what he needs to do. And basically, he just has to get started from the beginning. He has to win 8 out of the 12 rounds to win.
When asked about Usyk's vulnerability to body shots, Lewis explained that anyone who is seen as vulnerable to the body is usually aware of it. He added that fighters like Usyk often work on improving their body defense and try to make their opponents believe they are vulnerable in that area. Lewis said that if someone tried to target his body, Usyk would be ready to counterattack and strike back at the same time.
Well, anybody that's vulnerable to the body, and everybody's saying it, usually goes back and works on the body and says, I make them think I'm vulnerable to the body. That's what I want them to think. Now my body's tough, and if they go to the body, I'm going to hit them at the same time.
Lennox Lewis talked about how Tyson Fury can win against Alexander Usyk. He believes Fury's size, 6'9", gives him a big advantage. Lewis suggested that Fury should focus on using his jab more and possibly add some weight for this fight. With more weight, Fury could use his size to rough Usyk up, making it harder for him to move and find openings. Lewis emphasized that Fury should throw more punches, avoid being an easy target, and use his weight to push Usyk back.
Well, the fact that it is his first loss, and he's an up and down fighter, he knows how to come back and he knows what he needs to do. And basically, he just has to get started from the beginning. He has to win 8 out of the 12 rounds to win the fight. And I think he knows what he needs to do. He needs that challenge. He's up for challenges, Tyson Fury, he's got the size, 6'9". He moves well. He needs to get that jab going. I like Tyson with a little bit more weight. Maybe he'll come in with more weight this time He's always a good fighter, even with weight on.
Lewis also stated that Fury needs to apply more pressure, using his big frame to make the fight tougher for Usyk. By getting the jab going and staying unpredictable, Fury can unbalance Usyk and make it harder for him to win. He believes that Fury's physicality, combined with a more aggressive approach, could give him the edge in the fight.
He's always a good fighter, even with weight on. Rough him up a bit, use that big 6'9" body and, put on Usyk and make it harder for him. And, throw more punches, get that jab going, don't be there for the hit, and, apply yourself a bit more. And with weight, he can push the little guy back. He can put his weight on the little guy as well. There's a lot of different things that Tyson Fury can do to unhinge Alexander Usyk and make it a harder fight for him to win.
However, Dave Sani mentioned that Tyson Fury believes he doesn't need to make many changes for his rematch against Alexander Usyk. Fury thinks that by avoiding showboating and staying focused, he can defeat Usyk. Sani noted that in the first fight, Fury had success, especially with his combinations, but many fans are fixated on his slip in round 9, which has led to some selective memory about how well Fury performed overall.
I can tell you what Fury has been saying, which is that he doesn't have to change much other than not showboat, not mess about, and if he does that, then he can beat Alexander Usyk. Because in the first fight, people are forgetting how well he was doing in the first fight. No one's really been doing that to Usyk, lighting him up with combos. Fury did that. But people are focused on what happened in round 9 and how Fury got clipped, and that's caused a little bit of amnesia for some boxing fans.
Sani expects another close fight and questions how much improvement either fighter can make. He added that Fury's ability to stay focused and avoid distractions could be crucial, but whether it will be enough to secure a win remains to be seen.
It was a close fight. It was a very, very good fight. I expect the same again, another close fight. How much better can Usyk get? I don't know. What can he do differently? I don't know. How much better can Fury get? He can stop the messing about. How much better does that make him? Better enough to beat Usyk? We'll see.
Frank Warren expressed strong confidence in Tyson Fury, calling their first fight an incredible clash between the two best heavyweights of the 21st century. He felt Fury had a slight edge in the split decision and believes the rematch will come down to who can exploit the other's weaknesses. With both fighters now aware of each other's strengths, Warren is confident that Fury will capitalize on Usyk's vulnerabilities to win.
I fancy Tyson in a big way. The first fight was an unbelievable fight. For me, it was the two best heavyweights of the 21st century fighting each other, and they gave a tremendous performance, split decision. I thought there was a fag paper in it, and this time round, I think the fact they shared a ring together, the fact they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, it's going to be who can exploit them, who knows, who can capitalise on what they feel the other guy's weaknesses are, and I think that'll be Tyson.
Jay Opataya shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, expressing excitement for the fight. He noted that both fighters are now more familiar with each other's styles, which adds intrigue to the bout. Opataya believes Fury has the tools needed to defeat Usyk, emphasizing that the key will be how effectively Fury can apply them on fight night.
Yeah, that's a good fight. I'm excited for this second fight. I feel like they both sort of know each other now, and I feel like Fury, he's got the tools to beat, Usyk, but he just needs to apply them.
Tony Bellew predicted that Tyson Fury will face an even more decisive defeat in the rematch against Alexander Usyk. He highlighted Usyk's ability to fight effectively on the back foot, a style that poses significant problems for Fury, who struggles to dominate against such tactics. Bellew pointed out that while Fury applied pressure in their initial encounter, Usyk's true strength lies in his defensive skills and counterattacks. To overcome Usyk, Bellew explained, a fighter must consistently outmaneuver him with counters, feints, and superior boxing technique over the course of the fight, something Fury has yet to demonstrate.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best. because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him and I studied him is, you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharp shoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. I was the 6 rounds, 7 rounds of doing it.
Dave Coldwell emphasized that the rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk depends on who has more left in the tank. He pointed out that both fighters are at a stage in their careers where they've endured tough bouts. Usyk, who started as a cruiserweight, has always had challenging fights due to his physically demanding style, and moving up to heavyweight while giving away size and weight only adds to the toll.
I don't know. I still say I think it's down to who's got what left. I think they're both at that stage in their career now where they've had hard fights. Even, you got to remember, Usyk as a cruiserweight was having hard fights. It was, because his style requires a lot of effort in each fight. There's a lot going on physically. So that takes a lot out of you. And then when he steps to the heavyweight and he's giving away natural size, natural weight, the shots, they have more of an effect.
Coldwell also noted that the physical demands of heavyweight boxing take a greater toll on the body. At 37 or 38 years old, Usyk has had a hard career, and it's uncertain how much he has left. Fury, too, has endured his own battles, particularly the intense trilogy with Deontay Wilder, where he faced heavy punishment, especially in the third fight, which was an exhausting and brutal contest.
So it's going to be a tough, it's going to be tough on the old body, and at 37, 38, it's a tough career he's had, and you don't know what he's got left. Tyson Fury, he's had his last few fights where, you got to think the Deontay Wilder trilogy. All right, the second one was fully in control, but the third one, he was getting bounced around up and down, both of them. It was just an unbelievable fight.
Dean White shared his perspective on the upcoming rematch, expressing confidence that Tyson Fury can do enough to secure victory. He suggested that Fury should focus on returning to his previous approach, boxing on the front foot and pushing Alexander Usyk back. White emphasized that this strategy could be the key for Fury to come out on top in the highly anticipated bout.
Do you think Fury could do enough to turn the tide? Because he did look good in that, yeah.
I think he can do enough, man. I think he needs to go back to what he was doing, try and box on the front foot and push him back.
Adam Smith highlighted the unpredictability of heavyweight boxing, suggesting the rematch could see knockdowns or even a stoppage. While acknowledging that many might favor Alexander Usyk after the first fight, he emphasized Tyson Fury's strengths, particularly his exceptional footwork. Smith also raised an important question: whether Fury can return to his best form and fully capitalize on his advantages.
Could Fury get a knockdown this time? Could Fury get a stoppage? Could Usyk even get a stoppage? Or, as most people think, will it go the distance? And which way will the judges feel? I think it's close. It's a close one to call. I think probably the majority will go with Usyk just because he won the first fight. But Fury has got so many advantages too. I think one thing that could come into play is Fury's legs. What is still left there with Tyson Fury? Is he as good as he once was? Can he be as good again?
Paul Smith suggested that Tyson Fury might retire following his next fight, as a potential matchup with Anthony Joshua may no longer capture the public's interest. He acknowledged Alexander Usyk as the favored fighter, but pointed out that Fury could still secure an unexpected win.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Russ Amber dismissed the pre-fight talk and hype surrounding the rematch, emphasizing that what truly matters is the outcome in the ring. Reflecting on the first fight, Amber pointed out that all the talking was irrelevant once the winner and loser were determined. He downplayed the significance of promotional antics, weigh-ins and stare-downs, stating that his only focus is on his fighters' mental and physical readiness during camp and on fight night. Amber stressed the importance of his fighter being prepared to execute their game plan over 12 rounds, just as they did in the first fight, and expressed confidence in their ability to do it again in the rematch.
Yeah, listen, it's all talk, it's all hype. as we saw in the first fight, when all the talking was done, at the end of the day, you know, you had a winner and a loser, and that's what matters to me. I don't care. You can talk. It's all for show. You know, this is all to sell tickets and to get people to say, "Oh, did you see what he said?" And "Oh, did you see what he said?" I don't care. I don't care. Me, I care what the mental state of my fighter is when we're in camp and when we go into the ring. I don't care what was said before. I don't care what you do at the weigh-in. I don't care about the stare down. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care that my guy's ready, that he's in shape, he's mentally prepared to do the 12 rounds the way we want him to do them, just like he did it the first time. And that's what I'm going to be counting on again for the rematch.
Mark Tibbs advised that Tyson Fury should control the center of the ring, keep Usyk on the back foot, and focus on landing his straight right hand before following up with the uppercut. He noted that Fury had success in their first fight, but allowed Usyk to get back into it with a left cross. Tibbs stressed that Fury needed to win the final round to secure a win or draw, emphasizing that staying aggressive and sticking to his game plan would be key to victory in the rematch.
Well, Fury's got to get Usyk really, he's got to hold the centre with him and get him on his back foot as much as he can, and he's got to get the straight right hand off before the right uppercut. In my opinion, straight one beats the uppercuts, and he's got to front hand him and back him up, lift him up, bomb. He was doing really well, Tyson, and let him back in, and Usyk got his left cross off, being a southpaw. He got it off, and I was like, oh. No, it could go downhill, and it did a little bit for Fury. He needed to win that last round, like big, yeah, to get a draw or the win.
Carl Froch told Casino.org that based on their careers so far, he believes the fight is Alexander Usyk to lose. He stated, "The first fight was a close one, or at least it was very close until Fury got knocked down in round 9. It's going to be interesting. Usyk is 37, he's older than Fury, but he lives life. It's not the age of the fighter, but the miles on clock. Fury has more miles on the clock, having had 3 tough fights against Deontay Wilder, then he was on the floor against Francis Ngannou." He then revealed exactly how he sees the fight going. He added, "I'd predict a Usyk win, probably on points. I couldn't rule out the late stoppage, because if Fury does go for it, as he suggests he will, he could gas out towards the end of the fight. It would be great for British boxing if Fury could win it, as then we might even see a third fight. It's just an incredibly tough ask for him." Antonio Tarver suggested that Tyson Fury needs a fresh approach in his rematch against Usyk, stressing the importance of winning to safeguard his position. He believes a victory could pave the way for a trilogy, giving fans the chance to witness the rivalry evolve, and proposed that with the right adjustments, Fury could achieve back-to-back wins.
I think we have to see something different. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury want to really, save, not saying his legacy, but save where he's at right now today, he has to win that rematch. Vitally important that he flip the table on Usyk and make sure we have a trilogy so we can truly see. You know what I mean? Maybe Tyson win back-to-back fights.
Ricky Hatton highlighted the need for Fury to make better use of his height, reach, and weight in the rematch, pointing out that he failed to exploit these advantages in their first meeting, allowing Usyk to take control. Hatton advised Fury to stand firm, land heavy shots, and assert his physical superiority. He also stressed the importance of having one clear and consistent voice in Fury's corner for focused and effective direction.
I think impose his height, impose his reach, impose his weight difference. I mean, all the advantages he has, he didn't use last time. When he allowed, the smaller man, and it's a good little man, isn't he? He's a good small man. But I think he allowed the smaller man to bully him around the ring. I'd be a bit inclined to hold my feet, hit him hard, use the weight advantage, use the reach advantage, use the height advantage that I don't think he used last time, and just have one voice in the corner.
Johnny Nelson discussed the rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, stating that if Fury doesn't change his approach, the result will likely be the same as the first fight. He explained that Usyk now has a clear blueprint for beating Fury, knowing he can hurt him and has the speed, sharpness, and boxing ability to succeed. Usyk, coming in around the 15-stone mark, understands he has the advantage in certain areas and knows what to expect from Fury.
If Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15-stone bracket, and so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Nelson emphasized that for Fury to win, he must drastically alter his tactics. He believes Fury is a better fighter overall, but Usyk is the better boxer. The key, according to Nelson, is for Fury to make things uncomfortable for Usyk, even getting a little dirty and staying close to the bone to disrupt his rhythm. If Fury repeats the same approach from the first fight, he will lose, regardless of his weight.
He knows what to expect. So the second time around, unless Tyson Fury changes drastically, and I still believe Tyson Fury has a beating of it, I think he chose the wrong tactics. I think what they probably worked on was the wrong thing. Tyson's a better fighter, Usyk's a better boxer. They can both fight and they can both box. One is better at the other one than the other. So how does it? It's about measuring it out. You know, Tyson's got to box him, be a little dirty, play close to the bone, make him feel uncomfortable, get him complaining. He's got to do that. He's got to change it up. If he does exactly the same thing in the first place, he loses. It doesn't matter what weight he comes in at.
Matt Macklin described the upcoming fight as captivating, stressing the significance of strategy due to both fighters' intelligence. He pointed out that each will review their past performances, making it fascinating to see who can outperform the other.
As much as it'll be fascinating, really, to see how that fight is won and lost. I think tactics will be so. I mean, the key in any fight, but I think in this one really will be, particularly because they're both so clever, and they'll both be analysing their performances, what they did well, what they didn't do well, what the opponent did well, and everything. And then it'll be fascinating to see who can outdo the other.
So, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Alexander Usyk's vulnerabilities? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and also make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.